Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome in Skye Los, the Director of Operations for Britt. Skye, thanks for being here.
Thanks
Great
for
to meet
having
you.
me. Appreciate it.
So, big week for Britt. Huge
week.
So, the Britt Orchestra is playing Crater Lake beginning this Friday.
Yes.
What can people expect? This is massive.
It's really big. It's one of the biggest undertakings Britt has ever done before. On any given weekend, Crater Lake is pretty busy as it is, especially
this time of year.
It's pretty nuts up there, especially up at Rim Village. And with us bringing over 100 musicians up there, it's going to be even busier. So we will have people coming from all over the area who are coming just for this performance. So we do expect things to be even busier up there during the course of those 2 days.
Okay, so we have lots to talk about with this performance, but what times are these performances?
So the performances are all free and open to anybody who wishes to attend. You will have to pay the park entrance fee, but once you get in, the performance is free to anybody who would like to show up. The first performance is this Friday, July 29th at 10 a.m. That is going to be by invite only. It's being held at the Watchman Overlook. And again, like I said, it's at 10 o'clock. The road will be closed from Discovery Point and at the North Junction. So only vehicles that have been pre-approved will be allowed in for that performance.
Okay.
However, anybody who's interested in walking or biking in, we welcome them to do so.
Okay, and so what other times? Are they performing again on Friday,
They are.
Saturday, Sunday?
There will be a repeat of this performance on Friday at 2 o'clock and at 5 o'clock, and then again on Saturday the 30th at 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 5 o'clock.
Wow,
Yes,
okay.
There's a lot going on.
So yeah, and what can people expect as far as the music?
The music. Well, this piece that we are performing was written just for this performance. It's a celebration of the National Park Centennial, and so working with Michael Gordon, who is he's a big composer. He spent several weeks up at Crater Lake getting inspired in order to write this piece. And again, the premiere of that will be on Friday. It's never been played before, and there will be 43 members of the Britt Orchestra, 50 local singers.
Wow.
30 members of SOU students playing brass and percussion instruments, and as well as the Steiger Butte drum group, who are from the Klamath tribe. So we're going to have well over 100 musicians up there performing this piece.
Incredible.
So it's a pretty big deal. It is. There are a lot of moving pieces to this, but we're really excited to hear it.
Wow. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, very good.
It's going to be pretty stunning.
Wow. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Sure.
We'll have much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, here with Skye Los from Britt. We're talking about the amazing performances coming up this Friday and this weekend at Crater Lake with the orchestra. So tell us about the locations for these performances again.
As I mentioned, the premiere is going to be at the Watchman Overlook, which is a short distance from Rim Village. That's just for the premiere. The other 5 performances, we are relocating all of these musicians back down to Rim Village. There's a location called Picnic Hill, which is essentially directly across the road from the lodge. And so we will have all the musicians there sort of scattered around this area, and that's where attendees can go and really witness the other 5 performances. We will have limited seating. People with mobility and health issues, they will definitely be reserved a seat. However, it's sort of first come, first serve for those seating. So we recommend that if you do absolutely need a chair, bring your own camping chair.
Might want to do that. Yeah. Okay, all right. And so just to reiterate, the performance times, if you don't mind.
Sure. All the performances that are going to be held at Picnic Hill, and those are the ones that are open to everybody. Friday, the 29th at 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. And then the 30th, which is Saturday, at 11, 2, and 5.
Okay, and I know transportation is going to be a big deal. We're expecting a lot of people. You guys have a lot of musicians.
We have a lot of
going
musicians. It's been a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
Again, we recommend if you're driving up on your own to carpool. We are also providing very limited numbers on school buses, which will depart from 2 different snow parks outside of the park gates. Thousand Springs Snow Park, which is closer on the Jackson County side, and then as well as Annie Creek Snow Park, which is closer to the Klamath area.
Okay, so options for people.
Yeah, definitely. People, it's the buses are completely free, and the reason why we did that was to sort of alleviate a lot of the traffic congestion that we do anticipate happening up there. People can go to our website, brittfest.org, and all the bus transportation info is on that site, how to contact the person who's in charge of the logistics there. We are filling up pretty quickly, so I recommend getting on that.
Get on it
sooner
now.
rather than later.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned before, the performances are free,
Completely
but you
free.
have to pay your park admission.
You do have to pay the park admission. However, again, those buses that we are providing, you don't have to pay that park entrance
okay.
fee. We are covering that.
Very
So those
nice.
are completely free. However, once those performances are complete, people riding those buses will have to get back on and leave the park.
Sure.
They won't be able to hang out for a while afterwards.
Understood.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I know how busy you
Yes.
are. I appreciate you coming
No, it's
in,
my pleasure.
breaking this down for
Yeah,
us.
absolutely.
As you said, a lot of moving
Yep,
pieces.
yep.
Great to meet you.
Thanks
Thank
so
you
much.
so
I
much.
appreciate it. And again, our website, brittfest.org, has all the information you're going to need there.
Perfect.
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you.
And if you are not interested in driving up to the park and dealing with all that traffic, we will be performing the piece again out at the Britt Hill on August 20th.
Okay.
So you can see it there.
Very nice. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back.